What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to a brand new video. It is Pokestocks here. In this episode, we're going to be going over a lot, especially what's going on in the market, Phantasmal Flames, some new leaks, Mega Charizard Y, supposedly, reprints of Prismatic Evolutions, 151, sit back, relax, and hope all of you guys do enjoy. As always, we're going to start this video off with the quote of the day. If you do not like the quote of the day, skip 1 minute ahead. However, this is the quote: "You decide, not the other way around." By the way, I made this on the spot, and this is a personal experience of what happened this morning. So just a little bit of a personal story here. It's the weekend. The weekends are usually a struggle for me because the weekends, there's no time to get up at, early in the morning because I don't have to, go to work and do all that stuff. And the weekends are sort of like that treat to me. Like maybe I could just sleep in, do this and that, but I really want to stay focused. I really want to stay driven, and I like to work out. So I had that decision in the morning, man, where I could either stay in bed or go to the gym. That was literally my two options. And fortunately enough, I decided to go to the gym. So I'm so blessed, so happy. And it's really the mindset, guys. It all comes down to. So just remember that, bro. The mind controls you. But do not let that happen. You control the mind. It's sort of a different aspect, right? It goes to a whole lot more, but hopefully you get what I'm saying. Just make sure, guys, that you're staying focused, you're staying driven, and stay on the path, because that is where success comes from. Also, feel free to join the Discord down below. We are on the road, my friends, to almost 1,200 members. If you want to be part of an amazing community, share your Phantasmal Flames pickup, then join down below, and let's dive right into this video. So, it is currently November 15th. It is the second day from Phantasmal Flames official release, and currently analyzing the market prices of almost all of the products on TCG Player. We have booster boxes at 300, ETBs at 95, Pokemon Center ETBs still dropping. I believe yesterday they were 380, right now they're 300, and we still have the top two chase cards holding on their value, guys, 750 to 650. I believe yesterday they were almost $800, but this one, for example, is holding on. Maybe not the mega hyper rare, but realistically speaking, we are starting to see what we all expected, which is going to be the massive drop off. Not to be a hater on Phantasmal Flames, but to sort of be a hater on Phantasmal Flames. This was way more known than expected, but for those of you guys who do not know, we have that cliffhanger where it goes from a $650 card to a $60 card. Like, the drop-off of price is honestly a bit insane. And if we go to the second row of this set, the next card is literally under $10. And I am saying this just to constantly remind you guys that Phantasmal Flames is really, really, really a weak set, and that this set, in all honesty, is probably going to be one of the worst sets of Mega Evolution. Call me crazy, unfollow me, do whatever you want. I really don't care, but know that, and I think we're going to see this happen. One year from today, watch this set be ridiculously affordable, because no one's going to be wanting to pay $300 for a booster box just to pull one card. That's literally 2 times its value. Like, that's it, guys. It's just a Charizard, and that's it. It really upsets me because Pokemon missed out on so much potential here. They could have made this set so much better. It could have been, a whole row of chase cards, right? We could have had, the Gengar, SIR, this and that. But, guys, it boggles my mind. How did Pokemon literally create one SIR for this set that's actually worth it? Like, these are $30 cards, bro. I'm sorry, I'm going on a little bit of a rage bait right now. I do not like this set. Moving on forward, we have the Mega Charizard UPC coming down around 210, still dropping a bit in value. I'm getting this asked a lot, on my channel and Discord and everything. How low do I see these UPCs going? Realistically speaking, we saw the Prismatic UPC SPC go to 190. However, keep this in mind, guys, we are getting obviously a reprint of UPCs and SPCs from Costco in the near future, so that's me pretty exciting. But within the next week, I think these are probably going to hit 200 to 190, and then with the Costco reprint, they're probably going to drop low again. But these are still holding on pretty tight. I would say this, and no glaze, but I think this is probably one of the best UPCs of the year. Main reason being is because the pack selection is great. We do have Mega Evolution, Destined Rivals, JT Surging, and Phantasmal. I guess not all of these sets are 10 out of 10s, but it's way better than throwing in Stellar Crown, Temporal Forces, or, those weird, goofy sets. So I'm pretty happy with the pack selection. I do think they did pretty good, and obviously the promo and the UPC in general is very aesthetic and very appealing. So congrats. Now, to get to the actual news of this stuff, guys, as I mentioned earlier, Mega Charizard Y EX leaked. By the way, Notify sponsor me, by the way. They should, because I use their stuff all the time. Going back to the video, we have a Mega Charizard Y EX leaked from Mega Dream EX. I don't know if you guys see this right here, but zoomed in. This looks to be a Mega Charizard Y, so that's going to be pretty crazy if this does exist. Pokemon, if you are creating a Mega Charizard Y and you go crazy, let me just say this, man. Like, the potential of possibly adding the Mega Charizard Y into Mega Evolution, Phantasmal Flames, probably was a smart play, but I guess they're waiting on that, but that's pretty cool. I'm hyped for that. And then also, guys, to go a little bit more in depth about Mega Dream EX and sort of what we know so far, we know that the Gengar SIR is going to be an absolute banger. I am very excited. If you guys check my profile picture, it is a Gengar Pokemon, so obviously I'm gonna have a little bias towards it, but beautiful artwork right here. And then we do have the ends of Zekrom and more confirmed. And this is just a personal preference. I do not know if this is true or legit, but I possibly do think we could get an upcoming Mega Mewtwo and Mega Dream. I am still a big believer, and I think 99% of you guys can agree that we will have a Mega Mewtwo and Mega Evolution. It's just most likely going to be a later on set. But if they do decide to release a Mega Mewtwo into Mega Dream, then I'm just going to say it right now. I do think that Mega Dream probably could be the best set of Mega Evolution as of right now, right? I would still highly, and this goes off topic, but if you were to ask me, rate the Mega Evolution sets right now, Mega Evolution base set is way better than Phantasmal Flames. I honestly do think 85% of you guys are going to agree with me on that, right? There's going to be some 10% of you that's going to be a little bit biased, be a little bit the Charizard glaze, but realistically speaking, Mega Evolution base set is so much better than Phantasmal Flames. Going back to some other stuff that, you know, Notify posted, nothing, guys. That's sort of about it. So that's kind of cool from what we know from them. I do think that the biggest news of today is probably going to be the Mega Charizard Y. I'm pretty hyped about that personally. We also do have Prismatic Evolutions. As you guys did hear me earlier in the video, I mentioned that we're having more Prismatic reprints, right? For example, if I were to scroll down just a tad, we have the Prismatic ETBs getting a reprint December 9th, 2025. So almost in 2 weeks, we are going to have Prismatic ETBs get released at MSRP again in big waves. So this is going to be pretty big. And we currently analyze the price the past month. They're down 7%, peaking at around 140. Right now we're sitting at around 129. So that's a $10 drop in price value. We're having some sales here at 126, 129, 129. So it looks to be 130 as the new all-time low. And I know a lot of you guys are going to be asking me now, do I think that this upcoming Sam's Club reprint is going to destroy Prismatic ETB prices? I wouldn't necessarily it's going to destroy Prismatic ETB prices, but I realistically do see that this will definitely diminish it a bit more. We might see these ETBs hit 115, maybe even 120 if I want to be a little bit more comfortable with it. But yes, we are going to see these ETBs fall in value again. Pairing that, guys, with the SPC, you know, upcoming Costco print, they're currently down 17% this past month, 265 if we zoom on the past 3 months, peaked at all-time high of 324, coming down to 262. I'm going to say this because I do think it's so important to be honest, and I said this on day one of my channel. I want to be a humble investor. I want to make it pretty clear, guys. You know, I thought, and I'm saying this because this is honestly what I thought, I never knew that we were going to get Prismatic SPC, right, reprint from Costco, man. That's crazy, right? I understand that we can have restocks, reprints of, you know, these SPCs at retailers, but a Costco reprint usually indicates something crazy. So, was I expecting that? No. Did I mess up in ways? Yes, I did. So, this could just be better buying opportunities, guys. And again, I'm just admitting my faults because I want to be real, I want to be honest, and I want to show you guys, you know, how I am as a YouTuber. I don't want to sell myself for money or anything like that, if you get what I'm saying, for views. Now, going to this, I do want to briefly talk about this SPC. Do I think that this reprint is going to crash the price of the SPC? Well, here is what we know. There's a lot of rumors right now that it's going to be a 2-pack bundle for $150. So that's around $75 each for an SPC compared to $265, almost $200 cheaper than that. Yes, I do think we're going to see this SPC fall dramatically. Now, I am saying this again, not, you know, you can take this for a grain of salt, but this, literally speaking, might be the last Prismatic SPC reprint we will ever get that's going to be this crazy. Do I see ourselves in 2 to 3 years saying that we're gonna get another Prismatic SPC reprint from Costco? No, guys, I don't. I really just can't foreshadow that personally. So you can wait patiently for that. Of course, I'll keep you all updated when we get some more news with that, as I always do in my videos. So stay tuned for that. Briefly touching on 151. 151 is also getting a reprint, man. It's crazy. Like, every set right now is just getting reprinted with the Sam's Club mini tins. So keep that in mind. Be on the lookout, guys. It is supposedly 99% chance these are going to get released November 18th. That is going to be on a Tuesday. So go ahead and check your Walmart. No, not your Walmart. It's your Sam's Club. And I will keep you guys updated with official 100% confirmation dates as we approach that date, which is just in a few days. We are seeing booster bundles fall down to $90. ETB is coming down around 400 again, being stagnated. UPCs as well coming down a little bit. Now, I want to take down a trip to memory lane, and I want to go to a set that I preached about all the time, sort of in the OG favorite months of mine personally, which is going to be, how long ago is this, man? This was probably the summer months to more of the spring months of 2025, which was Sword and Shield. I loved Sword and Shield, and I think Sword and Shield was, most likely speaking, the best, products to pick up. However, we are entering the winter season now, and we are seeing the exact difference slash ratio slash flip of it all, guys. Sword and Shield, I'm sorry to break it to you, but it's falling, guys. It's falling bad. We have booster boxes, to get a little bit specific right here, coming down a lot in value, 15% drop, peaking at around 550, coming down to 418. Guys, that's a massive drop right now. We also have a lot of the trainer galleries, which I was very, very passionate on, and coming down in value, not realistically holding their price points. For example, the Umbreon, past month down 8%, which is a little bit of a surprise because I said this, right? I thought this Umbreon was going to be the #1 trainer gallery. Looks like the Rayquaza took that spot, which was kind of crazy. I can't believe that the Umbreon is below a freaking Starmie, bro. Like, it doesn't make any sense to how y'all think. Going to this Gengar, right? Past month. Or actually, I don't know. If they made like a past 2 months, it would be a lot better. But, these peaked at around $55. Right now, we're down to 30, guys. It's almost a 40% drop in value. So, all I am saying right now is that, yes, we are still in this bearish phase. We're starting to see a lot of price drop off, a lot of people trying to get Pokemon off their hands, and there's a lot of rumors right now. I filmed a video with Sam's Shiny Stocks, which is another YouTuber. You can go ahead and check him out on YouTube. I literally filmed a video with him, and we were briefly talking about, the market and how it's currently performing. And my realistic POV on everything that's going on, guys, just to end off this video, is Pokemon is taking a hit. What I think is actually happening is people who made a lot of money are now selling off their bags because they profited 5-6x. They're like, frick it, man. I'm not going to wait that much longer. I'm not going to push it. I'm just going to sell everything now. That's my personal POV and my personal opinion on why we're starting to see a lot of products fall, right? Because Fusion Strike 2 years ago, $90 booster box, to today, $1,000. If you bought a case, bro, you are literally 6, 7, 8. Okay, I did not mean to make that 6, 7 reference, bro. I promise. But an 8x return on freaking Fusion Strike. It's crazy. So they're selling it off now. I honestly think that's what's happening, especially as holiday seasons are coming up. People are trying to get a lot of money and sell. So it's a mix of both worlds, but I would love to hear what you guys have to say in the comments below. Again, thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you can see where I'm coming from, and I think that's going to be it for this video. Peace out.